Hello, my name is Rebekah Ingram, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the Nike versus Adidas case study. To begin, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the case study, and then I'm going to go in to give you some of my insight and opinions about the case study. To begin, it is about Nike versus Adidas in the terms of soccer. Adidas is currently 38% for the worldwide soccer-related sales, and Nike's only at 31%. However, Nike has an objective to change those numbers. They have an aggressive, multi-pronged marketing push that they hope to pursue to become the number one in soccer-related sales. Some of the strategies of Adidas is that they have locked down the sponsorship of the World Cup until 2014, meaning that any of the merchandise sold at the World Cup belongs to Adidas, including t-shirts, soccer balls, water bottles. The balls used on the field will also be Adidas. They will also have their brand logo all over the arena during this time. In 2006, Adidas paid additional rights to completely shut Nike out of all TV advertising for the World Cup in the United States. Also, what is considered their most powerful weapon is their new soccer boot. This is supposed to be an innovative and a new change to the game of soccer, and it's supposed to completely alter the way it's played. Some of the strategies of Nike, at one of the 1994 World Cup games in Orlando, Florida, they dropped 150 free branded caps. This created a huge buzz and created a good amount of money for Nike. Also, in France in 1998, they had a free soccer clinic that went out to 50,000 French kids, and they also set up a high-profile interactive Nike park in Paris. Following that, in 2002 at the World Cup in Japan and Korea, Nike had a strong underground presence, and some of the British consumers even thought that Nike was the official sponsor of the World Cup. Nike also has an internet-only ad called Ping Pong, which is a compelling viral video that was viewed 12 million times in its first 7 months on the web. They also created a networking site called Joga.com. It's a community that focuses on one topic and one passion, soccer. As of mid-2009, they were preparing to relaunch the site for a TV also, a virtual soccer TV station for Nike-created content and a launchpad for viral video clips. After reviewing both of the strategies, I do believe that in the long run that Nike will dominate global soccer. They have successfully gotten their soccer products out there despite all of the bans that Adidas has put out for the World Cup. They gave them a good run for their money in the soccer department, and I can definitely see them surpassing Adidas. They also, because of some of the strategies they had, I can see them continuing to do that and to moving forward with their strategies. And I think Adidas only has limited ways to stop them, and that Nike will eventually end up on top. Some recommendations I would provide. I would encourage Nike to market more globally. From what I understood from the case study is that they were picking specific locations. I think if they were to host soccer clinics more globally, that might raise a little bit more awareness for them, get the name out there, get the word out there that Nike and soccer do go together. I also think that they should utilize more media outlets, for example, billboards, radio, TV advertisements, and even magazine ads. If they link a lot of their brand clothing with the game of soccer, that will really push people to combine soccer and Nike together in their heads, and it may help them to become the number one retailer of soccer products. Some recommendations I would have for Adidas would be to continue to get the sponsorship for the World Cup. Push past the year 2014 and make that just, a lifetime thing for them, that they are continuously the sponsor for the World Cup. I would also encourage them to, instead of spending the money on pushing Nike out of them, spend more money on marketing themselves, because Nike's going to find a way in no matter what. And so I think that if they were to spend a little more money on marketing themselves, they may come up with a really creative approach, and that may really help them to continue to be the number one retailer for soccer-related items. There was a question that asked me if I saw any ethical issues with Nike's attempt to undermine Adidas' official sponsorship. I do not believe so. I think Nike is doing their job as professionals. They are marketing. I don't think they're doing anything that is unethical. I simply think that they are trying to reach their target market and become the number one soccer retailer. Some of the terms that I picked out of our text to go along with this case study were marketing plan, brand, co-branding, product, sponsorship, and mass customization. I'll discuss a couple of those with you now. Mass customization is the creation of products tailored for individual consumers on a mass basis. I see this as Adidas. I see them as mass customization. They create a bunch of t-shirts that were specifically for the World Cup, but they create them in mass, and I see that as a mass customization. Same thing with soccer balls, water bottles, you name it. Any of the merchandise they create for the World Cup I see as being mass customization. Another word is brand. That's the product's identity. So that could include the product name, the symbol, design, reputation, and image. And it sets it apart from other players in the same category. So for instance, Nike, everyone can recognize it as the Nike swoosh and the Just Do It. That is their brand. As far as Adidas, they have the 3 lines that kind of create a triangle, and everyone can understand that as Adidas. Those are their brands, and people can recognize them. All in all, I found this to be a very interesting case study. I do believe that Nike will be able to push through and become the #1 retailer of soccer products. However, I think it's very interesting, the competition and how all of the marketing plays out. Thank you for your time.